Hi. I just want to make a confession first. I wasn't actually supposed to speak tonight, but Jo, as she does, emails all her mates in Auckland and says, I'm doing this thing, and I said, okay, I'll come, but only if I get to have 4 minutes on stage. So I invited myself up here, so bear with me, and thanks, Jo, for the opportunity. September is actually Gynae Cancer Awareness Month, but you probably don't know that. I certainly didn't. And 4 months ago, I would have been standing where you are with a glass of Chardonnay or not in my hand, and the last thing that I would have been thinking about was my ovaries. I've used them to produce children a few times, and other than that, I've never given them a thought. I've been looking after the dog, a busy family, my husband, full-on businesses. I'm a non-executive director on other boards as well. I've always been fit, even to the point of like coast-to-coast fit, crazy, RPM 5 days a week fit. I was already juicing ginger, so don't tell me to juice any ginger or turmeric. I was eating broccoli every day of the week. So I am the last person who I would have thought would have been standing up here rocking a bald head. I definitely didn't have time for cancer, but certainly I wouldn't have picked this cancer, the deadliest of women cancers. Ovarian cancer has a survival rate in New Zealand of 38%. That compares to breast cancer in New Zealand in the high 80s. It's an absolutely dreadful disease, and one of the reasons that it's so deadly is because it's extremely hard to know that you have it until it's too late. For the majority of people, women diagnosed with gynae cancer, it's a massive shock. The surgeon said there's nothing that I did to get it, and there's nothing I could have done to prevent it. Which didn't make me feel much better, I have to say, at the time. I had stage 1C, grade 2 endometrioid carcinoma with synchronous tumours in both my ovaries. That means I'm extremely lucky, because only 15% of women are diagnosed with early stage cancer, stage 1 or 2. I had a healthy 28-day cycle. I wasn't even perimenopausal. I had a niggly lower back. I had constipation off and on that was annoying. I started to feel kind of full and a bit bloated from time to time. I was getting a bit tired, but nothing, more than like my massively busy life would have given. I had a mammogram in March, that was fine. I had a pap smear in April, that was fine. I had blood tests also in that visit in April, I was fine. On the 9th of May, I went to the GP asking her to refer me to a gastroenterologist for this annoying constipation. I used the word annoying about 100 times in the last year. All their symptoms were annoying, and all of them felt like being 48. But together, they are absolutely typical ovarian cancer signs. They don't muck around with ovarian cancer. A week after I was at the GP, I had a total pelvic clearance. That means they removed everything north of my vagina. I've lost my cervix, uterus, fallopian tubes, ovaries, and a stomach lining, which is called the omentum. They do that because it's the only way to really tell that you have ovarian cancer is actually to remove it, chop it up and have a look. And after a 12-day agonising wait, they told me that news. So I started chemo in June. I'm having a dreadful chemo. It's double chemo. It's paclitaxel and carboplatin, so usually you'd often get one, but because it's a nasty cancer, I'm having both. I've got chemo again on Friday. It means that, amongst other things, I've lost all the hairs up my nose, so now the snot just drips onto the floor before I know it's coming out. But I don't have to wax my foo-foo anymore. So my lady friends, I do not want you to get this, but the chances are that some of you will. The incidence in New Zealand is 1 in 75, so it's not nothing. And every 48 hours in New Zealand, a woman dies of ovarian cancer. As I've already explained, more women die than not. It's called a silent killer, but it is not silent. It has strong symptoms, it has real symptoms, and if you put them all together and present to a GP, a good GP should refer you on for further tests. So an early diagnosis is the only way to live through this cancer. You will die if you have a late diagnosis. That's all there is to it. It's black and white. So I'm going to tell you 3 things to just bear in mind. Firstly, know your risk. It is strongly linked to breast cancer and a history of gynae cancer in your family. Myself, I had no cancer in my family whatsoever of any kind, but it is a strong link. So if you have that, be more aware. It's also linked to age. I have got some Insta friends now with ovarian cancer who are in their 20s, but it's much more common. The median age for the cancer that I have is 50. So as you get older, it becomes more prevalent. Also, remember you have lady parts. Honest to God, I didn't really even know, where my uterus was, and I'm not even joking. Okay, so 1, know your family history. It's really important. Secondly, know the signs. So bloating, pelvic pain, needing to pee more quickly. I've got some cards. Where's my pocket? They're in my pocket. There's some cards in the reception that are wallet cards that have all the symptoms on there, but these are the symptoms that together spell gynae/ovarian cancer. The third one is listen to your body. Look really hard at something that's not right. I had been feeling a bit lousy and saying that this was annoying for a long time. My daughter, in the end, was the one who got me to the GP. She said, "Mum, if this was me, you would make me just go to the GP." So if I thought about it, I could have known that actually there was something going on, but nothing, that would have stopped me from my normal life. So what would I do if I were you? I would have a proper gynae exam when you have your pap smear every 2 years. Make sure somebody's feeling and fiddling around there. If you have any doubt whatsoever, go to your GP and present with the symptoms no matter what age you are, and tell them that you would like a further investigation. There are 2 tests that will give you a very good indication. One is an ultrasound. An ultrasound is minimally invasive, and an ultrasound will actually let you have a look at your ovaries and your uterus and fallopian tubes and things and make sure that there's nothing funny going on there. And the second one is a simple blood test, a CA125 blood test. The normal range is about 20, mine was 746. There's some teal ribbons over there that you can, if you've got $5 in your pocket, I'm collecting for gynae cancer, so grab one, pick up a card, and just please be aware of your own symptoms, and thanks for listening.